Go talk to the people who want a virtue signal all day long. Look at me, aren't I a good person? I'm wearing a mask. And I believe in global warming. Look at my rainbow flag on Facebook. Or my hate has no home here sign in my front lawn. Aren't I a good person? Check out my new mask. Watch me hunker down this winter and comply. This dark winter that's coming. Watch me after 10 months do exactly what the governor tells me to do. Everyone else, they don't care as much as me. So this is so freaking trite and tired and pathetic, and we're going to unpack it right here. Because Raimondo's performance these past several weeks centered around this very theme. Your mask isn't on. You're going to too many parties. You're killing people. She even trotted, this was the worst, she even trotted out these doctors and medical professionals at one of her press briefings to, first of all, just echo Raimondo's opinions, but it came from a white coat, so to urge you to obey her rules. And second, to profess the horrors of death that they witness from inside the hospitals. As if you don't understand death, as if we don't understand it. As if the problem here is that we don't understand suffering. As if we take it lightly. Our neighbors dying. Our friends and family watching their loved ones die. Did you see these doctors? One lady in particular. Again, go watch my last 6-minute video on this. Did you see her tell these heart-tugging stories? This was Governor Raimondo simply weaponizing death. That's all it was. And it was as condescending as it gets. If you don't view what Gina did there as government propaganda, I don't know what to tell you. You should be insulted. It was so condescending to scold Rhode Islanders for disobeying her directives and then have emotional doctors tell you of their firsthand experience with dying patients. You know, I've got some doctors and scientists myself that I'd like Gina to listen to. Unfortunately, they've all been blocked on YouTube, so I can't. I'm telling you, this was vicious. Personally, I think it was revenge. I think she's, I know you can't see me right now, but had it up to here. And I had my hand at my forehead. Seriously, I've been watching her very closely for the past couple of weeks. That's what breaking down film, that's what it takes. About 4 to 5 hours, maybe 6, of watching her press briefings and breaking it down over and over again, watching the same clips. And I think this was partially Gina's way of blaming you for all this death before she locks down your livelihood again. That's coming. And I just wanted everyone to think about this. All these sad stories that were told to you at Gina's press briefings. It didn't change a damn thing in terms of the data. We are looking at a 99.9% survival rate. It doesn't matter how many tales of death you tell me. I have to remain focused on the data to make an informed decision. Man, like these people always say follow the science, but then they constantly are caught appealing to your emotions. This is complicated. The childish thing to do, the reckless thing to do, is to get emotional. These people closest to all the pain, not to mention they're tired of the fight. It's a tough job to be on the front lines and working with COVID patients. We get it. Like, these are the last people you want to be listening to, though, as you attempt to make the best decision. That's why we don't put interested, biased, emotional people on juries. We exclude them from decision making. Duh. So, nice try, Governor Raimondo, trotting out COVID doctors to tell us these terrible stories. Mayor Elorza, you too, same thing. Providence is now down to a 5-person social gatherings. Raimondo says 10, Elorza 5. the mayor of Providence. Did you know that? He trotted out this story of his mother catching COVID, apparently, and the horrors of watching her struggle for her life. Why? To justify what he's about to do. So spare us these heart-tugging theatrics and your anecdotes, okay? Stop telling me how many people have died, how many more people might die. It's been 10 months. I understand the situation. You understand the situation. You understand death and the seriousness that surrounds it. We don't need to be spoken to like this simply because we disagree with their policies. We don't need to purchase the guilt trip they're selling. We're adults. We don't need to be spoken to like this. We understand illness, death, heartache, the horrors of life, and we understand the need to balance priorities and interests. And that how about this? And that our health is also connected to our well-being. It's connected to, yes, the economy. It isn't morally crude to be concerned about the economy, economic health. And you have to point this out, that Raimondo knows this too. You can tell from her press briefings. Because she has said it. This has been said from the get-go, that the cure can't be worse than the disease. And there's nothing more compassionate than preserving the American way of life. Before COVID, millions have already died to create and preserve it. And we've been trying to thread this needle for months. That's what opening up in phases was. The poverty, the collectivist lockdowns couldn't continue. So why are we talking about going back there? I mean, Governor Raimondo has acknowledged all the dire social effects caused by lockdowns. The depression, abuse, stress, neglect, suicides, people losing everything they've built up, their businesses. This is a balancing act. So, how many people is Gina Raimondo about to kill? Two can play at that game.